Hey guys, welcome back. So a new bike is coming to the channel. The only catch is the bike's in Ohio. I'm in Connecticut, so it's quite a drive. But before we go up there, I'm heading up to my brother's house. I finally was able to secure an original OEM hitch for the X5M, which is going to be the tow vehicle moving forward. The E70 trailer hitch kit has been discontinued for some time now. So I was finally able to find one on eBay from Canada. There was a brand new and box set. Go up to my brother's house. He's gonna help me with the install. It's a little bit easier with two people because you gotta remove the bumper. So we're gonna get that installed. I'm actually not gonna go pick up the bike with this car. Probably gonna take my brother's diesel. He has a hitch on there as well. It's gonna be the third hitch kit we installed. It's about a 7-hour drive up to Ohio from there. This is all kind of last minute, so I didn't have time to get the trailer ready. So I got one of those Harbor Freight motorcycle carriers. It's supposed to be good for up to 600 pounds. The bike alone is probably like 450-ish pounds. Quick walk to the back to show you the motorcycle carrier. So we got the Harbor Freight motorcycle carrier that we're going to go pick up the bike with. Then we got the OEM hitch kit. I'm curious to see how this Harbor Freight motorcycle carrier performs. It seems pretty sketchy having all that weight just sitting there, but the car is rated for 6,000 pounds and 600 pounds tongue weight. So the tongue weight shouldn't be a problem. The motorcycle carrier itself weighs like 100 pounds. It'll either be a great idea or we'll probably lose the bike on the highway, but we'll find out. Tomorrow we're going to be heading out to Ohio to pick up the bike. Hopefully it's everything that was described to me. The bike should be in brand new condition, barely any miles on it, not even broken in. So I'm really excited. I've been looking for this bike for quite a while now. They're getting hard to find in clean condition, which this one looks like it's brand new. This is the daily, it's an E70 X5M. So it's been pretty fun. It's a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 for those of you that aren't familiar with these. It's about 550 horsepower. Made a fun daily so far. So now it's going to be my tow vehicle. Alright, change of plans. We're not taking the diesel. We couldn't get the hitch lock off, and we didn't feel like breaking it or cutting it off. I think the key is at my house. We're going to be taking this instead. N55. I've towed 5,000 pounds with this thing before, so I know it can definitely do it with no issues. Oh yeah, that ain't going nowhere. Alright, we got the stock cross member off. This is the original OEM BMW hitch. As you can see this mount, this is why I wanted to go with the original. The aftermarket ones don't have a bracket for the trailer plug. Got the tow hitch installed. We got the bike loaded up. Not gonna lie, this is pretty sketchy. Got the forbidden grease on my hand that I can't get off with Wendy's soap. But yeah, hopefully we make it back to New York, because this thing is kind of flexing a lot. I'm sure it's probably meant to flex, but still pretty nerve-wracking driving 7 hours like this. So far so good. It's holding up. It was a little sketchy at first, but I think we should be good. Alright, we got the hitch itself installed. Now we just got to do the wiring kit and then the coating. Getting ready to cut the bumper. Alright, we got her all loaded up, wrapped up, heading back to Connecticut, finish the hitch install. This thing is so smooth towing. The airbags in the rear makes it a really smooth ride. Got about a 5-hour drive left. This carrier seems like it kind of bent to one side a little bit. So we'll see how it holds up. Hopefully we make it back. Made the trip back to Connecticut, about 900 miles with the Harbor Freight motorcycle carrier on the back. Overall, I think it did pretty well. There was a few things that I didn't like. When we made it back from Ohio to New York, it's about 7 hours of driving. I noticed that the carrier had a slight tweak to it. It was like a little bit bent to the left side. I think that's because it seems like there was more weight of the bike on the left side of the carrier. So it is a little bit tweaked. Another thing I noticed was that the actual carrier itself was pretty slick. The wheels were slipping a little bit, so I would definitely add some grip tape. I would definitely recommend buying a pair of lights for the carrier as well. That way people could see you hitting the brakes and using your turn signals, because the bike pretty much blocks the whole rear part of the car. The X5M did great as a tow vehicle with the airbag suspension in the rear. As soon as I loaded up the bike and started up the car, you could see the back end was lifting up, leveling out a little bit. So the airbags are definitely a nice plus. Another downside with the motorcycle carrier is the front wheel chock is not the greatest. When you put the bike in there, it doesn't hold the bike in place while you strap it up. So you will need someone else holding the bike while you throw the straps on there. All in all, I think it did pretty good. It's a $250 motorcycle carrier, so you can't expect it to be the greatest quality. Next time I'll most likely just be using my trailer. I think if you did a few upgrades to this motorcycle carrier, it definitely has some potential. Definitely have to be mindful of your tow vehicle's tongue weight capacity. But like I said earlier in the video, my car is rated for 600 pounds tongue weight. So tongue weight is basically the pressure that's applied directly down onto the hitch. I don't think I would be comfortable putting any heavier bikes on this carrier. If the carrier got tweaked with the S1000 on there, which is still a little over 150 pounds below the capacity, then I could imagine what it would do with like an H2 or something heavier on there. The bike itself is a 2016 S1000 premium package. Original owner, still restricted, has the RPM limiter on there. So I'll have to take that off when I do the first service. I got to break it in first. So probably the first 600, 700 miles. And then do the first service. So the bike only has 51 miles on it, which is like unheard of for 2016 right now. Very hard to find. Which is why I had to drive all the way to Ohio to find something like this. I did not see anything local. It should be a very fun build. I'm looking forward to making some videos on it and sharing with you guys. One of my favorite parts of the bike is the asymmetrical headlights. So in 2020 they went to the symmetrical style headlights, which look amazing as well. But there's just something about the asymmetrical headlights. Let me show you guys the installed hitch on the X5M. I'm still waiting for the aluminum ball mount to come in with the built-in scale. Here it is. So they actually discontinued the trim for the X5M when you cut the bumper. But honestly, this looks better than the factory trim. This is off Amazon. It sticks on there. That way it gives it like an OEM finish. I'm curious to see how this thing will perform towing a large trailer with a car on it, like 5,000 plus pounds.